Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rokakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rokalia from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with an in-transit lesson. All right, tonight I wanted to bring out some exhortation for you elect Akim and Akwaf out there. All right, to continue in the labor and to constantly examine yourself. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost, of course. Speak to myself in these epistles first and foremost. But time is of the essence for us that are hopefully elect to continue in the work. All right, continue in the labor. All right, that we've been assured of. All right, the doctrine that we've been assured of. All right, and to constantly examine ourselves. All right, and tonight's lesson comes off the behest of all the exhortation and admonishment that's been coming from our elders and apostles recently, in which, through the Spirit, when the Lord's voice is focused on one point and one subject, like it is right now, it's warning. It's a warning. All right, and it's a warning to take heed of. All right, and right now the warning is to examine yourself. All right, make sure that your intentions are sincere. Make sure that you're continuing in the work. Make sure that your spirit is right. Just to put it simply. And excuse my voice. I'm a little bit hoarse after this work day. But nevertheless, those witness to edifying unto you like Akim and Akwaf out there. All right, time is of the essence for us to be examining ourselves deeply. Even more so than we did in the past. All right, because we're approaching the hour of temptation. All right, the day of Jacob's trouble. All right, the trial of our faith. All right, and these are all situations in which our spirit is going to have to be in tip-top shape. All right, our faith is going to have to be in tip-top shape to overcome in these latter days. To overcome these obstacles that the Lord told us of. All right, that the Lord told us we face in the latter days. And as we approach the end, the demons are going to get heavier. All right, the demons are going to get heavier on your mind, on your spirit, on your body. All right, sometimes you're going to feel like, the work is a burden, or you're going to feel like the Lord ain't dealing with you. But in those times, it's important to push the most. It's important to push the most, especially when you feel like it's just the spirit ain't on you. The elder Apostle Gabar and the elder Apostle Ramlov speak on this frequently. Sometimes they don't have the inspiration to do a video for one day or so. Look at this guy, man. But they still push through it, and then pushing through it, the Lord will always come through. The Lord will bestow His Spirit upon you. We face these different feelings. We have these different feelings in this truth, and we have these different afflictions, mental and spiritual afflictions that come upon us as a test. The Lord wants to see if we'll pursue Him no matter what the condition, no matter what the circumstance. Because right now what's happening is the proving. All right, the Lord is proving His true friends, or His true servants, His true brothers. And that's all happening through our trials and tribulations that we go on a daily basis, go through on a daily basis. And self-examination is important as we go through these different trials. All right, and as we face these different obstacles, it's very important for us to examine ourselves and see whether or not our intentions are sincere, to see whether or not we can improve, because we can always improve. To see whether or not we handled a certain situation correctly, and how we can improve, and what the Lord was trying to teach us in that certain day or that certain lesson. It's always something that we can be looking for, and it's always something for us to improve on. And that comes through self-examination. So without further ado, we're going to grab these precepts and then we'll close it out. Those one is edifying unto you. All right. Let's start off here in 1 Timothy chapter 4. And start at verse 13. All right. Verse 12. Verse 11. All right. It says, these things command and teach. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. All right, and right now it's time for us to take heed, all right, unto ourselves and unto the doctrine that we've been assured of, that we've been assured in, all right, and continue in that path. All right, the old saying, all right, it's a true saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, what we've been doing up until now has led us to grow through the Spirit. All right, has caused us to abound in the Spirit, has caused us to gain experience in the Spirit, and there's no reason or no need to change what we've been doing. All right, if anything, change how hard we go for Yahweh Shem Yahushua and go even harder. If there is a change, it should be a spiritual change. It should be a change of growth, for the better, both in mind and spirit and body. All right, we should constantly growing in this thing, but like the Elder Ariala says, keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is to teach. The main thing is to live our life holy. The main thing is to rehearse these righteous acts to the best of our ability. The main thing is to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. All right, the main thing is to be brotherly. All right, be charitable. All right, the main thing is to have faith. The main thing basically goes back to the core roots of this truth of ours, the core foundation of this truth of ours, having that like mind of Yahweh Shai. And it is of the essence for us to hopefully like to continue in these things, especially nowadays, man. Now is not the time to be veering off. We too far in. We almost at the end, bro. Really. Yahweh Shai is right around the corner. We got to take heed unto ourselves and unto the doctrine that we've been taught and assured of. All right, let's get this in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child that has known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, and we are to continue in the things in which we've learned and been assured of. All right, knowing of whom we learned. All right, our spiritual fathers, the elders and apostles of the great millstone on down. You understand? All right, and these things that we've learned, all right, these characteristics that we've accumulated, the mindset that we've been able to cultivate in this truth is all pertaining unto salvation. The faith that we've been able to accumulate, all right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all attributes to our salvation. And that's what it's about, man. It's about getting out of here, man. It's about getting out of here. And in order to get out of here, we got to take heed to ourselves and to the doctrine that we've been taught and continue in it. Continue in it. All right, continue in self-examination. Continue in sound doctrine. Because in doing so lies salvation. All right, let's get this last one and we'll close it out. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. It reads, examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Hamashiach Yahushai is in you, except ye be reprobates? But I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobates. All right? And self-examination is one of the most important duties that us of the hopefully have to partake in daily. Because who knows you better than yourself? You know where you're weak at. you know your vices. You know where Satan is constantly tempting you. And in self-examination, we're able to pinpoint our weaknesses and we're able to attack those weaknesses. All right, the Lord has given us the ability to attack our weaknesses and to get the advantage of our weaknesses. All right, because when we was in the world, these different weaknesses would have got us, would have completely overtook us. But through the Spirit, man, we've been made more than conquerors, like it says in Romans the 8th chapter. All right, more than conquerors over this flesh and more than conquerors over the Spirit. All right, no longer does this flesh have a hold over us. All right, the Lord has given us the tools to fight the flesh. And one of the tools to fight the flesh is self-examination and self-accountability. It's like it. That was a little bit of a tongue twister. But it says again, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves. How that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except you be reprobates. All right? And through the Spirit, man, we're not reprobates. All right? The Lord didn't call us into this truth to be reprobates. All right? So take heed. All right? Take heed to the voice of the Lord that's going out so oft here in these latter days. Especially when the voice of the Lord is harping very heavily on one subject. 10 times out of 10, that's the Lord sending a message to his hopefully elect. All right, to take heed of whatever subject is being touched on. All right, and really examine ourselves and see whether or not we fit the bill. But with that being said, Shalom, stay up.